Hey everybody, it's Brickwaffle again, and we are back on Empyrion Galactic Survival, and today we are back on our survival world, in our survival base, and it is daytime out here. It's looking pretty nice. We still have our Titan out in the distance that we're going to salvage at some point. Thank you guys very much for your feedback on the capital vessel build, and today we're going to start off by going into space and placing that here in survival. Now, I did a lot of that recording early on so that I'd have time to gather all this stuff in between, so now we should have all the materials. We've got our blueprint ready to go. And I think we can go ahead and make this thing. So let's just pop up on into the sky here. I don't know that that would ever take off from the ground. It looks like I banged up the front of the ship when we were heading out of the hangar there. But we're going to go up here and place this thing. One thing we didn't put in here in the blueprint version of this is a repair bay. Because quite honestly, I forgot you could do that in a capital vessel. So we'll probably add that here when we get up to space. That's the top, right? We're going to add in a repair bay in the hangars as well. That's going to be really good. And then we're going to see how this thing does. Alright. So we are in space, and I'm going to go about 1 kilometer from the planet, and then just kind of coast from there. Alright, so there we go. Let's take our finger off the thrust, and see how far we coast up here. You go a good couple of 100 meters after you stop. Now let's make sure we put our helmet on, turn our jetpack on, and then we can hop out of here. And we're just going to float away from our craft a little bit. Doesn't take long. Now, to the blueprints. So you can see BSE command right here, spawn. Look at this thing. Boom. Oh, that's so cool. I love it. That's actually spawned facing away from us, which is fine. That's perfectly fine. Alright, so let's come back down here. We're going to land in the waffle wing, and we're going to go inside. Now the other thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have to fill this up with some fuel and bring some components up to the capital vessel as well. And these doors aren't going to open until I power this thing on. So let's get right there. We're going to hop out again, and we're going to open this manually because we don't have any fuel in it yet. Let's come back down here. There we are. Hop in that. Woo, this is so fast. And then we're going to drop down right there. And I think what we're going to do is actually turn this around a little bit so it's facing the exit, so that when we're ready to go, we can just hop in this thing and take off. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now this thing probably doesn't have any power at all, and we are going to put a few things in there right now. So we're going to hit P, and we're first going to group all this stuff up. There we go. Let's go to our fuel tanks. We have 6 of these tier 3 fuel tanks, but thank you guys very much. You gave me a bunch of good feedback on here. So we're going to call this BSE command for now, and we are going to power it on, which won't matter till we open these fuel tanks and put in the fusion cells. You guys told me about that, and look at that. There's 1 per. So we have way too many. I thought those would stack. That's funny. That's really funny. Oh, that took all. Whoops. Come on now. Oh, that's weird. Now I can't go back into it. Alright. Fuel tank. I can't add them? That's a bug. Alright. This one? I still can't. Let's try that again. Fuel tank. There it goes. Oh, we didn't actually have to use the last one. Okay, there it goes. It just, once you took them back, it kind of glitched out the inventory a little bit. So we've got more fuel than we will need for a long time. That's fantastic. You can see I've also got the repair bay items. There we go. All of our fuel tanks. Now what we want to do is put those repair bays in here, and let's go ahead and grab our multi-tool as well, because we're going to want to brake a little bit. Let's turn gravity on and turn our jetpack off. This is very bright. I don't think the intensity settings on these lights actually stayed in the blueprint. I'll bet those are set to normal. Yep, they sure are. So, blueprint did not... Wait, did that just turn down after I looked at it? Wait a minute. Can I just go look at all the lights one at a time? That's going to take a long time. But I wonder if that's actually working. I can't really tell because I don't know which ones are which, but I might have to go around and tweak all the lights again. For now, though, I want to put this repair bay more or less in the middle, so that looks like right about here and right about there. It's not going to be centered because it can't be. And I think you can still only put 1 of these per vessel, but let's go check that out. We're going to try to go to the other side and see if we can put 1 of those in there. Yeah, we're going to have to work on the light intensity. Oh, that's going to be a while. Let's try and put 1 over here as well. So that's going to be right about there. Can we put another one in? No, we sure can't. Okay, so we're going to have to put our I should have just done this first to see. We're going to have to put another hardened plate in there. to fix that up as well. So one side will have a repair bay, the other side won't. That's a little unfortunate, but you know what? That just means we're going to end up using the port docking bay a lot more. Let's go make sure that all that works. So we're going to hop in Waffle Wing here since we banged up our cockpit on the way out here. Let's just pop this over the repair bay. Nope, like that. And then I believe we have to power it off. So it's docked and powered off. Yep, you can hear it working. Fantastic. So we're going to leave that to go. I'm going to go around and put all these lights back, which is going to take a while. And then I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so that took a lot longer than I really hoped it would. But we got all the light intensities turned down. We've got our ammo all ready to go. And now, what we want to do is take this somewhere where we can actually test it out against some enemies. So we don't have that many turrets, but I think it's going to be enough. And let's just see what is nearby. So if we go to our galaxy map, whoop, let's see if we can go over here, zoom in. So here we are on Lumia with placeholder 3. Let's go to Dalos. 14, that's going to be our closest one. So let's lock target for that. And let's see, our arrow is down at the bottom of our screen. There it goes. So let's get up to speed here. And I think we're good. Wait, where's our... Oh, there's our speed, 92. Boom. And you guys were absolutely right about that fuel, by the way. Look at that, 300 minutes, even at full thrust, 49 minutes of full thrust. So let's see if there's any enemies in here. And I don't know if there's going to be any drones or not. We're going to have to check that out, find some place that has some enemies to fight. I'm hoping that maybe the asteroid belt will have some. It is a PvP world, but I'm not really sure. That's one thing I'm looking forward to, is a patch that adds AI-controlled ships. I think that's coming in Alpha 5.0. And there was a rumor on the forums that that was going to be out by the end of the year, but that would be pretty close. And you know, they might not. Not really sure. But while we're flying around looking for enemies, let me talk to you a little bit about what's going on and some ideas I have for the future of the channel. A little bit of an immersion break here. As you guys know, it's pretty close to Christmas, and I have decided to sell my house and buy a new one and move a little closer to where Sakala works. That's my wife, for those of you who don't know. Obviously, that's not her real name, but in any case, the moving is going to be a tremendous process. If you've never moved before, there's a lot you have to do. You got to have everything set up in the new place. You got to get all your stuff packed up. And it's going to make it pretty inconvenient to record these videos. So I'm going to do my best to get a lot of things recorded ahead of time before we move, but in case there's a week where we only have one video, or maybe, I hope not, maybe there's a week with no videos, please forgive me in advance, but it's going to be a bit of a stressful time for us. And the other thing that I want to do in the future is start playing some other games as well. I do this periodically. I've played Empyrion for a while now, and you may notice that I'm pretty much the only block farmer that's still playing it with any kind of frequency, and I'm not playing it very frequently either. I'm kind of going and, you know, putting a day aside to record a bunch of videos at once as I have time, and not really getting a whole lot of other people involved in things. But if there's a game that you guys would like to see me play, then please let me know. There's something in this asteroid field, isn't there? Yeah, there sure is. Let's see if we can carefully navigate over to that. But yeah, if there's other games you'd like me to see, obviously my favorite type of games are crafting and survival games. I am trying to keep this channel family friendly as much as possible, so I'll probably not do any of the horror survival games. I do play some of those, but it is not going to be appropriate for the channel, I don't think. Oh, yep, we just snapped targets there. Shipyard, and it looks like we are... Our turret wants to attack it. How close do we have to be to actually... Oh, somebody's firing at us. Oh, we're firing at them too. Okay, there we go. We're right at the edge of the range there. Oh, this thing does not strafe very well. It's not really a combat vessel. We'll see how it does. Looks like we're firing right for the core instead of firing for the turrets, but that's okay. They're automated. That's the way to go, I think. But it probably means we shouldn't strafe too much left and right, because then we're going to have to damage all around it instead of just hitting for the core. Did we already take it out? Nothing seems to be firing at us anymore. That was really fast if that's true. And there is another vessel back there. I think we took out the core already. That was impressive. Okay, well, let's try the space drone. See how that goes. We're going to try to fly under it and give all these turrets a chance to fire. Ooh. Those didn't seem to be firing at the plasma drone. There we go. Now we're tracking. This is not Not one to fire very often. I guess the rate of fire could be pretty low for this. That's really interesting. It can fly right through your ship. And we're having a hard time tracking it. But it's having a hard time tracking us too, so I guess that's fair. These turrets in the back don't seem to be doing much. I'm not really sure if that's working or not. There it goes. Now they're snapped back. I'm not super impressed with these turrets. And now it's suddenly pounding us really bad. Let's see if we can turn this thing a little bit. I think those arrows are tracking it, so let's see if we can get back that way. It's pretty fast, I think, compared to a capital vessel. That's not really what this thing is designed for, but I want to make sure that if we got attacked by drones, we'd be okay. It looks like we will be. Oh, it looks like we took it out. Okay, good. Good. So let's see if we can just park it right here for a minute. And let's hop out and check the hull. See how we're doing. Alright, go back into first person view. So yeah, while we're heading out here, like I was saying, if there's other games you'd like to see me play, please give me those suggestions down in the comments. That would be wonderful. Let me know if you'd like me to keep playing Empyrion, or if you have some specific things you'd like to see me build. I'd be happy to try and take that on. Building, you know, we built this thing. It's a lot of fun, but I'm not the best builder. There are definitely a bit more interesting, more better. Yep, there are better builders out there. Definitely. But it's fun for me, and you guys seem to enjoy it so far, so I'm going to keep doing it. I think the process is very interesting. Even if what I build is not the best vessel ever, it doesn't matter. I think the process of building it is a lot of fun, and hopefully you guys get some inspiration or see what kind of goes into building something this size. Are these all damaged too? Oh, they're all just a little bit damaged. They really need a auto repair thing that works on capital vessels. That would be outstanding. You know, I haven't actually checked to see the repair bay in a base. Maybe it does. But can you imagine trying to land this thing on a planet and take it off again? That would be awful. Nope, there's our thrusters. We have some back in here. So yeah, I mean, we did okay. It really only took 30 or 40 points of damage on any given block, which isn't bad at all. And I'm just looking for ones that look obviously damaged. I mean, I'm sure there are others that are down 10 or 20 hit points, but with 1,000 hit points per block, I'm not terribly concerned. It looks like we fared really well, though. Thrusters in the back didn't really get damaged. Underside here didn't really get damaged. Did that? That's weird. That's the wrong shaped block? That's a very strange shaped block right there. No, there's one on that side too. Alright, well, we'll leave it alone. At least it's symmetrical. Speaking of which, some of you gave me some tips with the symmetry tool too, so thank you for helping me out with that. Apparently you have to have a block in your hand when you do the symmetry tool to get the symmetry plane. And I guess that's because there's some things that it won't do symmetrically. Or maybe that's just a limitation of the way they've implemented it, but we will try that again when we build our next vessel. For now, though, this thing did pretty well. It didn't fire very rapidly, but when it hit like a ton of bricks. Those artillery cannons are no joke. And they do seem to work from a ways off. It just takes them a while to acquire a target and fire. I'll take it, though, because that means if we were just hanging out here and a space drone of some sort was coming towards us, we would just be able to shoot it down, because it'd be coming in a straight line towards us more than likely. We wouldn't be strafing around. The downside is with these things where they are, like here, they wouldn't be able to really fire through the ship. They can really only fire forward. And the ones in the back also can't fire forward, they can only fire backward. So it's not the best in terms of getting fields of fire up. It'd probably be better to put them where these radar dishes are, honestly, because that would give it a lot more freedom. And we may mess with that in the future, move some things around. But for now, I'm pretty happy with the way that performed. Looks like the front of the ship got banged up a little bit, but again, nothing really got hit more than a few times. And with hardened steel, it doesn't matter that we got hit a few times. How'd our windows hold up? Do we have window damage? We did have a little bit of window damage, like 16 points. So nobody in the bridge was really in any danger. Yeah, that's pretty impressive. Oh, you can see some of these here still damaged. It's kind of hard to tell when you get close, but you can see them from further away. The light tends to show where they're dented up. Alright, well I think that's good. Yep, I don't see anything else that we need to worry about right now. Well, let's hop back inside. We'll just go through the hangar, it's fine. Nope, come on, close the hangar door. And let's get a little closer to the ground, turn off our jetpack. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and eat some food as well while we're in here. And top off our O2. Awesome. So for those who didn't see the capital vessel tour, This is what, or the capital vessel building rather. This is what we've been building for the last several episodes. I think it's been 5 episodes now. Is that right? Pretty sure. And the last one was a little bit short. That's okay. It was actually about as long. I don't know. I think it was about 15 minutes long. Go back and check if you want. And we could upgrade some of this stuff. You can see that if we wanted to, we can hold shift and upgrade this. But I really don't think we need combat steel inside the ship like that at all. Huh. So this armored door got damaged somehow. I wonder how. Oh no! It was inside the ship briefly. Like it flew through us. I think it was actually firing inside the ship. Oh, that's crazy. That could have really been bad. It could have damaged all sorts of stuff. Oh well, we're gonna have to check through that. I'm not gonna do all of that on camera, but this does give you a good idea of what we've got going on. It's very gray, and that is intentional. I want this to look like a kind of a steel military vessel. I'm not gonna make it painted up until they add some more tools for making painting a vessel this size a little easier. I just don't think it makes sense. You know, if they added a paint all base color option, so we could just paint the whole ship that base blue I like to use, and then go back and detail it, that would be great. We've got some crops we need to put in here, but yeah, overall, I think even when that thing was inside, it doesn't seem to have done that much damage. Let's take one quick pop down to the bottom, and that way, if any of you didn't see the last 5 episodes, you can see the ship here. Yeah, it behaved very, very well. I don't think there's really anything to complain about with this design. The warp tank works pretty good. I think we're good. So I'm gonna head back to Lumia, and oops, gonna have to jump over this thing. I'm gonna head back to Lumia, and we're gonna go back to our base on the planet, and I will catch you guys when we're over there. All right, we are almost back to Lumia, so we're gonna get to about 2 kilometers, then let it coast a little bit. Generally, I like to leave a capital vessel between 1 and 2 kilometers from the planet. In terms of actual orbit, that is incredibly close. I mean, just ridiculous. You would definitely be inside the atmosphere, but that's okay. I think we're going to treat this as 1 kilometer from the atmosphere, which is still crazy close in terms of actual ships orbiting a planet, but that's all right. In game terms, it's great. So we're going to get to 2 kilometers, let it coast in there, and then take our small vessel back down to the planet. So there we go. We're pretty close, almost there. Let it go. All right, and I think we can, oops, we got to let it stop before we can actually hop out. 1,700 kilometers, not too bad. Let's get back out here, and I think I called that the port hangar earlier, and I believe I had it backwards. I was facing the wrong way. So let's go take a quick look at our hangars. Are we in the port hangar or the starboard hangar? Yep, we're in the starboard hangar, and I still haven't fixed that. I'll come back and do that in a minute. Let's see. I don't have any steel on me right now. There we go. Power that up. Yep. Undock. And there we go. That thing's going to have plenty of power for a while, even without us being up there to worry about it. We really don't need to leave it powered on yet, because we've taken out all the drones out here. But you know what? It's fine. If we start growing crops up there, we're going to want to leave that powered on so we can actually grow them. And we've got the big old brick waffle up there, the joke vessel we did a while back. Where's our base? Oh, right, planetary map. Okay, we're quite a bit to the west of here. Let's go back that way. There we go, and that's a weird way for the moon to rise. I think that's just the way the horizon renders when you're flying across here. There's the Titan. Perfect. That's a good landmark for us, really. And there's our base. Excellent. So it is nighttime, of course. It's hard to tell when you come back. Planets orbit even when you're not there, amazingly. And we are going to find the core. And you know what? Let's go ahead and tackle that today. Let's see if we can find the core for this Titan, so that we can actually harvest it for parts. And we'll do that in between episodes as well. We'll take all those resources up to the capital vessel. That's not going to be super exciting to watch the dismantling on camera. If I had a good way to do a time-lapse in Empyrion and record it from like a third-person perspective, that would be a lot of fun. But I don't have a good way to do that. So that's showing the marker, but I'm pretty sure some of you guys mentioned again that the cores were often underground for these things. So I think that's what we're going to do. We can't use the multi-tool, right? Yeah, we got to actually break this with our weapons here. And that doesn't seem to be affecting that at all. Is this block damageable? That's interesting too. That's not damageable. We didn't already conquer this thing, right? No? quite strange. All right, I would have thought this would be damageable. But that's damageable. All right, it's interesting. So some of the grates, I wonder if that was really just that I actually have to hit the metal support beam. Let's try hitting this part specifically. Nope. For some reason, the trusses are immune to damage. Let's turn our jetpack on. That's going to make it a lot easier. The truss parts are immune to damage, but the rest of it isn't. So where do we think the... So there's where the entrance might have been. Where would the core actually be? Here's a part that's in the ground. Let's do a little exploration this way. And you know what, the other thing we could just do is to start digging and see what we find. So let's try that a little bit first. We're going to get some crushed stone this way too, which is kind of funny. I don't know how far we would have to dig or where in order to find one of these things. Oh, but see, there's some other blocks that have been buried. So we are going to have a lot of excavation. Eventually there's going to be a big old pit here if we don't find the core early on. I wonder if all of these have the same blueprint. You know, I've never really noticed, but I'm guessing the Titans all probably do. Let's start by, because it's got to be connected to this in some way, right? This is not the new modular base thing, which we're going to play with in the future as well. Let's just start by digging out parts that are connected and see when we get down to something. Whoa. Is that really the lava, or is that a restroom? That's crushed stone. I think that's the lava level. That seems really close to the surface. Huh, oh, my cat wants to be on the video as well. I think she's confused because I have one of the doors shut here where I do my recording. She can come and go. She just likes to use the other door, so she's complaining a little bit. If that's the lava level, this can't be buried that far. And that is definitely the lava level. Interesting, so that's more or less the bottom of the world. I thought it was going to go a lot deeper than that. Although we are able to dig a little bit. But there's not going to be any cores down there. Let's come back to this section. Where's the main tower? It's got to be under that, right? That makes sense. It's got to be under that thing. And we can't go through the trusses for some reason, but we can go through this. There we go. Those things are gone. Oh, is that... Wow. Okay, Brick Waffle. There it goes. Now that the core is gone, we should be able... Yep, we can break this whole thing down. Oh, perfect. Okay, so I think I've got a few days to break this down before it starts to really just... Ooh, we broke a little bit too much of that. Before it starts to collapse and disappear. I think we've got it set that way on the server. But if we don't break all of this down, it's not going to be the end of the world. We've got plenty of materials this way. We're going to be all set on hardened plates and all that stuff. Awesome. So that wasn't much of an adventure. Showed us how close we are to the bottom of the world, though. That's a little bit disappointing, actually. So if we ever want to do underground stuff, we're probably going to have to use a mountain rather than actually digging too much lower in our current base. Which, that's cool, too. And like I said, they have added modular buildings, so we can actually add to this building without making another core and have like a little village or a compound, whatever you want to call it. Let's go ahead and go... Oops, nope. Let's do this button. This thing is really fast. Almost too fast. But it is nice that we can get out of trouble in a hurry. There we go. Let's come over here. Whoop, whoop. And we're gonna... Whoop. No, not that one. This one. Power off. Are we over the repair bay? Yeah, we are. Perfect. So I banged that up a little bit coming in and out of here. And I think that's pretty much everything we wanted to do. So we went up to the ship. We spawned the ship. We went up to it. We checked it out in combat. Works pretty well. We're going to have to gather some crops. I wonder if any of these are grown now. Because we're going to have to make some more saplings to take up to the big capital vessel. Let's check on these. Are you guys grown? Not quite. You're close, but I can't harvest any of you. Oh. No, almost pumpkin stage 2. Okay, so Perthing stage 5, and we're real close on some of these. So we'll be able to harvest all of this pretty soon. I'm gonna wait till that's done. We'll make the little sprouts and take them up to the capital vessel so we can start growing things there. And I think that's gonna do it for today. So hopefully you guys like this episode. Again, please let me know if you've got comments, suggestions for future episodes of this, or even other survival games you'd like to see me play. If you did like this episode, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe. And as always, I've been Brick Waffle. Thank you for watching.